Hello and welcome to the Stockton Esports Podcast. This is Iteration 4. I am your host, Kevin Gualberti. I'm the Public Relations Manager, and today my co-host is going to be none other than Kyle Crane, our student coordinator.
How you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you, Kyle?
I'm doing all right. Woke up early, got to take a test this morning, and now I'm here doing this podcast with these lovely gentlemen in front of me.
Well, speaking of the lovely gentleman in front of me, who do we have? None other than the League of Legends team. Well, at least two of them on that blue team. We have the game manager, Dylan, and we also have one of the players, James. How are you guys doing today, Dylan?
Hello. I'm chilling. I'm having a good day.
It's good to hear. James, how are you?
Doing great today. Very excited for this.
I'm excited to have you guys on. Me and Kyle have been talking about you guys for a bit, being like, we definitely want you guys, two personalities that have been in the esports scene for Stockton for quite some time now. We were all just like, we need to have them on at this point. So we're going to get straight into this one, though. Hope you guys do well, because the first question, over the summer, though, you guys, the entire League of Legends blue team, you guys went to Japan on a trip. How did that go, Dylan?
It was the best experience of my life. Like, hands down, the best experience. Especially because it was literally just vacation with like all my friends, and then it was low-key last minute too, because we weren't intending on going to Japan. Actually, we were actually first going to go to Korea, but then we found that Japan tickets were actually cheaper than Korea. So then in the moment we're like, you know what, let's just do it. So then we went, and it was the best 2 weeks of my life. Like, the food was amazing, the culture was amazing, the sights were amazing. Like, I literally have not a single complaint about that trip.
James, same question. How'd you enjoy the trip?
It was great. It was just like a dream come true, because it's a place I've wanted to go since I was a kid. And then last minute, I remember he just texted me out of nowhere. He's like, yo, do you want to go to Japan? I think he texted, the league group chat. We have spots open. Does anyone want to go to Japan? I'm like, I'll go. I was so excited. I was like, if you have room, if you have space, I'm so there. I'm so excited. And then, it ended up being a great time.
Sounds like you guys had a great time there. What would be your individual highlights from that trip?
Oh, hello, 7-Eleven every single day. God. Let me tell you, 7-Eleven was the best thing to ever happen to me in existence. Like, Japan, and specifically like 7-Eleven in Asian countries, are they're so cheap. And then two, they have everything. Like, everything is so, like, brilliantly packaged that, like, you can literally open it in one swipe. They have trash bags and recycling bins everywhere. Like, you're just able to throw it out. Like, everything is so fast and convenient. And then they have, like, drinks and pouches. Like, everything is set up for you. And the best part of the trip, 7-Eleven.
I remember we were in, a street market, and we went shoe shopping. He bought shoes because they looked like 7-Eleven shoes.
I'm actually wearing those shoes right now. They remind me of 7-Eleven. They have like the same red and green colors, so I bought them.
That's hilarious. James, how about for you? What was the most interesting part of the trip?
Most interesting
Other than 7-Eleven.
Other than 7-Eleven. To be honest, it was just the mall shop, like just the shopping experience in general. Like, you can go into a building, like a mall, and usually, like, a regular mall is, like, I would think 2 to 3 stories, but some of them were, like, 7, 8 stories with different stuff on it. Like, it didn't even have to be shopping. It could be, like, karaoke on this floor, figurines on this floor, clothes on this floor. It was crazy, and it just blew my mind. I was like, wow, the shopping game is next level in Japan.
Wow, I mean, I've been to Japan once. However, it's been a very long time since then. I told you guys about this before the podcast as well, but Japan has evolved so much over the past 10 years, probably the past 2 decades as well, that so much of it has changed. And you guys got to experience it firsthand, how it is going to Japan and just enjoying the culture of the Japanese style. And overall, it just sounds like you guys had some of the best times of your life on that trip. Kyle.
Japan's always a place I've wanted to go, so kind of low-key jealous. You had that great time. Me and my boys are looking forward to having our own great time and our own adventure to that after graduation, when we all graduate, as a little graduation present to ourselves. But moving a little bit away from the Japan trip, your team, the League of Legends Blue team, got second place last season in ECAC. Are the expectations for that going into this season the same, lower, higher? Please elaborate on that.
So it's a little mixed, only because last season we went 12-1. The only game we lost was the finals, unfortunately. But it's mixed in that this semester we're in a harder bracket. So we are, on average, going against opponents who are ranked higher, like their team average is higher than ours. But I mean, we're still in it to win it. We want to win, but we're still realistic at the same time. Like, we're not gonna like put ourselves down if we end up losing or anything. But we're still definitely going in it to win.
Yeah, nah, I agree. The way, like, because they added a new rank, Emerald, so it's like a little wonky how like they set up the thing, but we won our first game, so I have high expectations. But yeah, we stay realistic and like we're practicing, we're practicing, so we're ready for the next game.
Well, we're going to be getting a lot more League of Legends content as well, pushed out over this next semester and year, as you guys are going to be on the date of recording, October 5th. You guys are going to be on our Twitch channel, Stockton Esports on Twitch. We're going to be streaming your guys' matches, so I'm extremely excited to see how you guys are going to be playing, especially with these higher skilled opponents. But, Dylan, I have a question for you real quick. It is still about League of Legends, of course, but you're the game manager for League of Legends, correct?
Yes, sir.
Well, there's a ton of responsibility being the game manager, and I just want to know, how have the program at Stockton and also the competitive division managers, Frank, Mike, Garg, and Demetrius, how have they helped you grow as a leader and also as an individual in the esports scene?
So in the esports scene, I've actually learned so much more than I have like ever. This is the first time that I've had more of a leadership responsibility. And originally, I didn't even want to take the game manager role because I was like, how do I even run this? How am I supposed to run the game? Like, I knew nothing about it. But like a big thank you to Manny, who was the previous game manager for League of Legends. He was so kind to write up a draft of like all the responsibilities that he did, and that he even wrote little notes of advice for me. So I really can't thank him enough for kind of easing me into the role. And then also the division managers such as Frank and then also Demetrius have been such huge helps along the way, because anytime I have questions, I just shoot them a DM like, hey, like I was planning on doing this, like what do you think, or is there a better thing I can do? And then they always like shed advice to me, and they always like are able to help me out, and it's always just been so welcoming. Like I've never once had a scenario where I was like, oh, I'm unsure what to do, because they're always there to help me, and they've always given me great advice. They've always helped me out like all the way throughout the entire journey, and it's just been really welcoming. And then just the program being more acknowledged by everyone, like a lot more people have been wanting to be joining esports, and specifically League of Legends. Like this semester we were actually able to put out 2 brand new teams. So now we have 3 teams total for League of Legends, which like wasn't seen before because we just didn't have the players for it.
That's great to hear. Hearing that you guys have more teams, more competitors. I love to hear when we have like more people involved with the club, with the program. It's always great to hear. And going back now a little bit to the Japan trip, James, you wrote an article about your trip to Japan. It'll be on the website by the time that this episode is released. Having to recap your trip, did it make you think about the small details? If so, what details do you reminisce about the most from the trip?
So it was a great trip, but I must admit it was very tiring. Like looking back on it, we did a lot. Like we like kind of hit every tourist spot that we could have possibly done. Like in how long? Like good 2 weeks we were there for, right? So we did. It was tiring, but it was a great. And like thinking back on the little moments from like the tourist spots, it just makes me thankful that I went, and I was like, it was great.
I mean, that's great to hear. And having all of these different experiences, they help you grow as a person, and they help you achieve things that you never thought would be achievable in the first place. I mean, we're the Ospreys. We always want to soar. We always want to fly and everything. But you guys have been kind of the epicenter of what it means to be an Osprey for so long now. I mean, James, you're a sophomore just like me. Dylan, I believe you're a junior, if I'm not mistaken. And both of you guys have been doing some amazing things. I just want to know, this is going to be a question for both of you, but Dylan, I'm going to start with you. With you only having 2 years left here at Stockton, is there anything you want to achieve as a team, but also achieve personally? So, like, what goals do you want to go to? It could be Stockton related, not Stockton related, but is there any goals that you want to achieve before you graduate?
So first off, as a team, obviously I want to win this semester. Like, who wants a trophy that says second place? I mean, I'll take it, but I want the one that says first place. So that's first and foremost as a team. I really think we can. Like, we've grown closer, and our bond is really, really strong as a team. Like, it's more than just a team. If it just feels like we're just on gaming Friday nights. So it's really awesome. So that is kind of my goal team-wise. Like, I really do want to win. And then personal-wise, it's just more finding what I'm passionate about. I couldn't answer that right now, only because I'm kind of stuck with where my passions lie. I am currently a computer science major. I'm not loving the coding aspect of it. So I am seeing the possibilities of switching to computer information systems because I still enjoy the field. I just don't think I'm passionate about coding in that aspect. So my personal goals are really just to find out, what my aspirations are, what I want to become, and being a part of this program really kind of helps, find out my interests, what I'm strong in, what I need to improve on. And so that's kind of the journey right now, just finding out who I want to become after I graduate.
And that's great to hear. College is a time of self-exploration, self-discovery as well. So hearing that you are going through what college is meant to be, that is so inspiring. That's so amazing as well, because it just shows that there's still people in college, no matter how big or how small they are in terms of their popularity or fame. Everyone's going through the same thing of just trying to explore themselves and explore who they want to be when they grow up and who they are currently and how they can grow to be the best version of themselves. And James, I'm actually going to send the same question to you. What goals do you want to accomplish with your next 3 years?
Actually, just to correct you, I'm also a sophomore or junior, and I'm with Dylan in his grade, so I got as well 2 years left.
Okay, fair enough.
Fair enough. Just wanted to put it out, But with my 2 years remaining, I just want to continue helping the esports events and the community. I just love helping out, so I look forward to helping out with events, maybe even brainstorming some of my own things that we could do perhaps in the future. And just continue and see where that leads me, Because I'm saying kind of the same boat as you, Dylan. I'm just kind of figuring out where my passions lie, where I want to go, where I want to head. But this is the esports community, and they're really helping me develop what exactly I want to do. So
it's always great to be able to guide that field. Using myself as an example, in high school I was doing film and TV. Little did I know I'd be helping run the esports program at Stockton a couple of years later. You never know what it's going to end up like. But backing away from that a little bit, at both the Fall for Esports kickoff event this year and at the NJ Esports Trade Association chapter event, you guys played live at your own little LAN setup with the Creator Hub. How did you feel, and did it prepare you for any future LAN experiences that you guys will attend?
It was actually such a great experience because it was kind of my first LAN experience ever. I'm usually just used to playing at home because we don't typically go to LANs, but that actually did motivate me and actually makes it exciting for us to want to attend LAN events because it was just so amazing being able to play in front of everyone, and then also having that little streamer setup with the webcam and then the chat. It was just such a great experience, and one that I never even knew that I would want to experience, but now that I have experienced, it's kind of eye-opening. It's such a great opportunity, and then it was just such a great experience overall.
Yeah, I agree. I love LAN setups because it's one thing to play online with each other from your homes, but when you're all together and playing a game, it's just a different feeling, and I really enjoy that feeling because you could just play the game and then get something to eat afterwards before. You could just hang out with each other and then go into playing the game, which I really enjoy. I like that fact.
Speaking of LANs, I'm actually going to my own first LAN tomorrow in Philly. Yeah, for a FC tournament, the EMLS Amateur Cup.
Congrats.
Yeah, it's going to be a good time, regardless of if I win or lose. I also bought tickets for the Union versus Nashville game for after.
Okay,
so we're just going to have a great time. That's the plan. Win or lose, we're there to have fun.
Yes, sir. That's what it's all about.
But yeah, no. Thank you guys so much for joining us today. Dylan, James, you guys have been amazing as guests. Wish you the best of luck with this season going forward.
Thank
also,
you.
if you go to Japan next, please bring me again.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Obviously, we'll do.
Round two.
Yeah.
Round
Thank
two?
you guys. Is there anything you guys want to say to the people watching or even just viewing on Spotify or Apple Music?
Well, I'll just shout out Stockton Esports Twitch because D told me about the new setup they're having with the Creator Hub, and like we have people streaming every Thursday at 8 p.m. I believe. We have different creators streaming all types of games. So if you have time, Thursday 8 p.m. check that out, 'cause it's always gonna be a good time.
Yes, sir. Be on the lookout for esports because it's on the rise. We're here to make a statement, and we will win it this semester. You heard it here first.
Well, you heard it here first. League of Legends. They're going to win it this semester. And, well, that is going to be it for today's podcast. Thank you, everybody, for watching and viewing as well. This has been Kevin signing off. And, Kyle, is there anything you want to say?
Go Ospreys.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty. Have a good one, everyone. Peace out.